Lessons, keep up the lessons. Peace and blessings, keep up the lessons. You know who this is. Crypto B-Boy coming at you with a lot of stuff. I'm not going to try to take up too much time, so stay with me. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button as you come in. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Hold on. All right, let's get it. Yeah, sorry about that little glitch right there. But anyway, don't forget, come on in and subscribe. People subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Come on with your brother, connect with your brother. It's all good. I'm not gonna hurt you. Not gonna do anything to harm you. I'm gonna benefit you. So come on in and get with it. Anyway, let me give you what's going on, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I just have to make another video or two, so forth. I'm gonna do a video on my other channel, Brother Talib Show, more getting into it and going into the rabbit hole with conspiracy stuff and all that other type of stuff, and then the happenings of what happened, unfortunately, in the African American community. My man who got killed, this guy, I can't remember his name, but he got beat up by the cops. So we're gonna talk about that, but that's in that channel. So anyway, I'm not talking about that here, but this is what I'm gonna show you. Yeah, what's with this, man? What's up with this joint? I mean, what's going on with this? I want to know because, and I listened to it. Don't get me wrong. It's just crazy. So let's listen. Hold on for a second.
Which is I would say nailed it, except for I would argue that I don't think it's Medusa. I think it's actually Lilith.
Let's see. Can we go back
And
on this?
in the rabbinic mythology, Lilith was actually the mother of demons. So they honored abortion and Ruth Bader Ginsburg with the mother of demons. Well, I'm not going to say that's not fitting, but distasteful, yeah. And talk about spiritual blindness. How does this thing make it up onto a state courthouse? How does it stay up? Where's the outrage? Besides conservative and Christian bloggers and content creators, with backwards hats. I don't know. Times we're living in, I guess. But
let's let it roll again to get to the first part because I didn't.
Did you guys see the statue they put up in New York City this week on top of their courthouse? Yikes. So one city council member called it a satanic golden Medusa demon with tentacle arms, which is I would say nailed it, except for I would argue that I don't think it's Medusa. I think it's actually Lilith.
Okay, so you get it, right? So like, why are they doing this? Why did they do that? And it's like there's a whole lot of stuff that's been going on. We got this balloon from China. It's supposed to be a spy balloon, according to, to media and I guess government officials who spoke on it. I don't know if Biden that came and talked about it and did an address to the country, but this is all part of the plan to me. All these things that happen, they're like just intricate like little factors of the plan that the powers that be put all out there. And we got a lot of, as they call it, false flagging, and that's one of the false flagging up there in that with that balloon. But with this satanic stuff in a judicial system, uh, um, facility such as a courthouse, it's crazy to see them putting this Lilith type of statue, depicted statue. It looks like that's what it is, more or less. It's more connected with that than to just be some artistical thing. And they're gonna try to put it in the guise of art, but you know that how they do this stuff. What I mean? They try to cover up all the time. Look at what we went through with the pandemic and on past that, and the Ukraine and the war and all the cover up of the media, the mainstream media that is controlled by the powers that be. So it's going to be what it's going to be. Cancel culture. They as well. They're constituents and tools of the powers that be to control people that want to speak out and speak the truth and things that get leaked out. And then you got the mainstream media trying to, you know, of course, down any other media that's coming out to bring in any truth, right? So that's what we deal with. But anyway, this is cryptocurrency. So we're going to get into this cryptocurrency. All right. So listen to this one. Or I've actually went in and did or tried to do a video. I don't know if I actually posted this, but this was the WEF panel discussions, the Great Crypto Reset on the Great Crypto Reset, and I'm just liking, you know, I'm pretty much liking to it of what they've been speaking and what they spoke, you know. And these are people, you know, like for the likes of sitting in these Twitter spaces and stuff, and hearing people going back and forth, even in the Discord that I'm in with the main people that, you know, we get into, you know, our hypothetical, you know, hypothetically investing, and we talk about investments and the hypothetical investments that people want to get into, whether it's even, you know, precious metals, let alone cryptocurrency. But the people that are in the higher places, as we can say, that have position to make maneuvers, not no Bill Gates, okay? Bill Gates, he's a philanthropist, and he's doing his works, and he's been doing his, but he has influence. And that's the point. These people have big influence. So let them speak. Let's listen to them. And, you know, they're a little much more in a position, higher places than us sitting on these, you know, panels and talking and going back and forth over speculation and arguing and saying that we know this and this is going to be this way and that so forth. These people have the controllers. The game is on, and they have the controllers, and they're making the moves. So we can talk and argue all we want. At the end of the day, these are the people who have the controllers. If you have a controller, if you sit with people who have controllers and you know what's going on, maybe you might want to leak a little bit out, but I don't think so. Even T himself said, well, I'm not going to say this or whose name it is, but, and, you know, and I get them. You know, I understand. So, but anyway, let's listen to these guys. Hold on for a second. Let me get that joint clicked up for you. I'm ready to go. Alrighty, here we go.
Right, and Renee, you said you're optimistic for this year. How are you going to characterize 2023? Is this a year of rebuilding, or is it a boom year?
Yeah, it's a year of regenerative finance, I think. So, and the reason for that is, look, the crises we're facing as a society right now are at a massive scale, right? And many of them are mass coordination problems, whether that's climate change, that's, you know, the global poverty, things that are being discussed here. I'm here on, you know, as representing a community of builders in over 150 countries that are building on the Stellar blockchain. And, you know, right now there are more people starting a project in, say, Nairobi than in San Francisco or New York. And that's really, I think, important to take a global lens on that. And so for me, regenerative finance has been a bit of a buzzword in 2022, but I think 2023, it's really going to move even more into the center because, you know, we're all, I think, starting to realize that the financial system as we've had it doesn't quite work anymore. You know, we are sort of at capacity as a world, and we need to find ways to bring these externalities into the financial system. And I can give some examples for that, but to me, I think what's starting to happen, there's a bit of a decoupling where you're no longer just looking at crypto assets, but you're starting to see people buying, holding them because they want to participate in the systems, right, that they govern. And so the utility value of tokens, I think, is going to really move more front and center as adoption becomes a lot bigger at a global scale.
Now, do you hear that? Now, this can kind of like, if the people with their arrogant, you know, cloud over them would allow themselves to listen and to, you know, take heed to what these people are saying and say, oh, well, not to say, oh, who's they? They're just these people from the WEF. They don't have no power. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see what's happening. But they know what's going on, and these people are chosen for a reason to come and even be in the midst of Davos and these conferences of the WEF. Okay, they're specially picked and chosen. They're not, these people at this top level are not going to just be like, let's look in the yellow pages and find a guy who's he's a finance guy, or he's he's a IT in the technology of blockchain and so forth, right? No, or a developer, a dev. No, they handpicked. Okay, so let's get it right.
Do just unpack that term. We should be very careful of buzzwords because they can go often very awry.
Yeah.
Regenerative finance. Do give us one or two examples.
Yeah.
And how you see that playing out over the next 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, and so I agree with you. I think in this case it helps in a way rally also a community that's really across multiple chains, really global, and it's giving sort of people
interoperability. This is what the guys we've been talking about. This is what T, Kurt, and even Matt, and also from all these things they're taking place now. The time is the guys that are devs or they're technological ITs in that area, and they know the tech, and they work with the tech and the networks, right? Whether it's XRPL, XRP, net, or they're working with XDC, Zenfin, or they're working with XLM, Stellar, right? And all these different networks. They're basically, they know what's going on the technical levels, on the technology and so forth. The blockchain, facilitating its technology for the infrastructures that they're dealing with, whether it's commercial, that's at the bottom, or which is the adoption of commercial institutions or private institutions of private finance institutions, let alone governmental or federal Fed, so-called central bank institutions. Okay, so all these use cases are right on the table, and these people are discussing this, and they understand it, and they speaking only in brief, like bits, like the guy who's the person who is the one who is facilitating the interviews and talk. He's saying, be careful with the bites and so forth. So, and he even corrected Brad Garlinghouse, or told him, to be careful of saying. They said it had to say alleged, that it's fraud, when he was talking about the FTX, debacle, right? So let's go ahead from here. And pretty much, I just wanted to let that be, but let me see what they're saying over here in the enterprise use cases
that are coming up.
And use cases in the enterprise space, in Mather, what are you seeing most demand for at the moment, and sort of in the year or two ahead?
Well, we're definitely seeing tokenization of assets,
Right.
Specifically digital assets. We will be minting 25 million patents on the public Casper network, which is very, very exciting. And it allows the creation of patent bundles. It allows for transparency and clarity around who owns a patent, and really gives intellectual property and owners, it's a very expensive portfolio, right? An opportunity for them to monetize those assets, right? And
Now, you hear that? Now, speaking of that, you have big time people like Reggie Middleton, he's been going in on his patent and infringement or infringing on his patent, which is 1119656. That's been in Twitter. I actually going to put a video together and post that up, because I can't do it all in this video. I don't want to take off too much time, but speaking on such, this lady, what she's talking about is clear. You have cryptocurrent, in the group that we were speaking in, and Veil, XRP Veil, and they were going back and forth. I don't know if they've been recently. I think I've been seeing in Discord they're going back and forth or what have you, whatever. I just haven't been in that space. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll see later on. But basically, whatever the arguments was even before that, when T did his first initial Twitter spot or Twitter space, and they were in there, and then cryptocurrent, which is AKA Crypto Rick, right? Or XRP Rick or something, so forth, what his name is. And I mean, it's crazy because these guys like Reggie Middleton, they got patents on their technology. You know what I'm saying? Being in the mix, in the use case, in the technology, in the utility of these cryptocurrencies, right? and he's talking about his patent being infringed upon. So, you know, with cryptocurrency talking about, oh, XRP cannot do this and XRP cannot do that. How can you have a basis of your knowledge and you're not even in the field like that? So that's where I definitely saw where Matt was coming from. And you know, Rick was trying to go back at him but he wasn't there to defend himself. Also, Neil and these guys, because they know what's going on, and Reggie knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? In the backdrive, even though he's more on trying to push the infringing stuff that's been going on in relation to his patent. But what she's saying here, to get back to her, is that tokenization is happening on an overall scale and basis. So to leave out XRP out of that, and this is my point, to leave XRP out of that argument or out of that whole basis of what's going on with the enterprises and use cases, XRP is a part of this use case. You understand? Cross-border payments and tokenization. So you can't leave that out, bro. You can't leave that out, Rick's or whoever. This argument of XRP has no use case, or it's not going to be able to be used, or it's not going to have, it's a rug pull, any of these foolish statements or extreme statements, because those statements are not based on any foundation of altogether true evidence to clarify that you're saying it's a rug pull. So leave those vague, you know, slanderous statements out. Let's be correct, let's be to the point and concise. Either it's going to work, it's working, and it's functioning now, ODL, that's XRP. That's on the XRP ledger. That's the functionality of the XRP from the XRP ledger, ODL. It's not X Rapid or X what do you call it? Ripple Net. The function of ODL, and we know that tokenization, that's going to be with XRP. That's going to be on the XRPL. We know this. So this lady's not talking about XRP, but we already know this. We've discussed this. You know, so all that argumentation is irrelevant. Really doesn't have no strong, you know, benefit to it. It's like blah, 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 back and forth, and you're not really getting anywhere to show what is XRP going to do and what it's been doing. It's here. Stop it, man. I mean, these guys need to stop for real. And I'm not no expert in any of this area. I'm not a dev. I'm not a high level tech. I'm not even into tech like that. I understand some of it. I've learned some of it in school. I have a brother who is a techie. He's a IT. He's been an IT. He's done his own web building, all that stuff. He knows coding, but I'm not to that level where T and these guys are, and then I give them their respects and shout out to them. And Matt and Neil, if they have the credentials, Quincy Jones, they show their credentials by their actions and what they put out, if they put out social media content and so forth. But the point is that stay in your path, stay on, you know, in your place, stay in your place. You know what I mean? And just do what you know how to do. If you're an investor and a true investor, then stay in your lane and you know, be an investor. And you into finance, be a finance person. If you're a lawyer like Deaton, John Deaton don't get into these big things. And even Jimmy Valen, or whatever, it's Val Hill, so from Val Hill Capital, Jimmy Val, right? He doesn't go too deep into the use case. He doesn't go too deep into the tech of explanations and breakdowns of the use cases and the utility of these functions for what we're going to be seeing in the new monetary systems, all on different levels. We gotta like know where we're coming from, and we gotta direct it to that concise information, and stop just going on just because you want to be heard and on stage. Get on the stage and know what you know and be right about it, and bring your proof. Bring your evidence. If you can't, then shut up and just listen and grow and learn from somebody. You know what I'm saying? This arrogant stuff has got to stop, though. That's going to keep those those boundaries in place, and people are going to still build boundaries up, and people are going to still be, very, very insultive to each other. And we got to stop that, because we're not going to learn anything that way. So anyway, I'm going to close that out and get to where I'm at. I'm on 20 minutes in. So basically, that's what I'm going to do with this video. I'm going to probably hit another video out with the other stuff that I wanted to put out, and I'll just do another video for that so we don't go too long on this. But I appreciate you guys listening and being here with me, and stay with me, and get into the mode of things. Stay on top of things, stay on the know, and stay in connection with people, and subscribing is a way to do it. With me, I respond to comments. I had one of my videos where the people was commenting, and they wasn't even commenting about the subject or the topic. They was talking. They was just commenting and conversating in the comment section about opportunities, and they happened to use my video to do that. I was quite cool. Okay, do your thing, because it's networking. I'm about that, because that's where I come with. When I've came up with learning about business, and you're a person, you say you're an investor, hypothetically, what have you want to call it, then you are venturing into the business realm of things. So you have to go and get yourself well-rounded in that. You can't just be a football player and say, okay, I'm going to be a businessman out of nowhere, an athlete, or you a rapper. You might know about the business on the level of contracts, contractual dealings, and so forth, and money, and dealing with are you going to get residual income, or are you going to get your royalties and all that type of stuff. You got to know that. If you don't know that, that's where you have the manager. They do that, and sometimes this nefarious things go on in that. And that's why I stepped away from the music industry. And then being Muslim, that was even more prevalent. I totally got out of that. So, I have no dealings with it, because in Islam and our faith, basically on the lines of the origin of the faith and the original teachings from our prophet, the word of the faith, Quran, music is not permissible for us to partake in, because of where it is and what it is about, and the origins of it, which I'm not here to get into, because we're not going to get religious like that, because I know how some of you people are. But anyway, I want a bit much. It's 22 minutes into. So again, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and click the notification so you can get more notifications and videos. And I think it's supposed to be a real big time. Meta. I can't remember his name. He's doing a space at around 9:30 p.m. I'm gonna try to be there. And for the guys from Discord, to see if I can post it live and post it up in Discord as well. And those of you who've seen this video, click into that, and let's get in, and listen to what they're talking about on what we'll be talking about on that. Something about the Phoenix rising and so forth, and dealing with XRP. So I'm gonna be in that. I'm gonna spend some time with them in there around 9:30. Right now, I'm about to do one more video. I think I might have to do two more, because one video I'm doing my other channel. Brother Talib show. So if you guys are into just regular social issues and talking about whether it's religion, because I get into religion more deep there, because that's where I started at, and I was more religious there and talking about my faith. But also I get into social issues and stuff like what happened to this guy. My regards to his family, his children, so forth. His lady or wife or so forth. I don't know if he was getting married or no, I think it was his girlfriend. But anyway, that my regards to the family and the loved ones of him and what happened to him. And, I'm just discuss that there in that channel. But you can go there, subscribe to Brother Talib Show, right? Or it is connected to my channel. Original name was Talib Abdurrahim. And you can go in there and listen to some of the videos that I get into with various issues. So, and then as Crypto B-Boy, this is what you have here. So don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm out. Until the next one. Peace.